never gonna win. Long as you're happy, you're always gonna grin. You get out what you put in. You get out what you put in. Never gonna lose, never gonna win. Long as you're happy, you're always gonna grin. You get out what you put in. 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 Who was dancing to that?
I love it.
That's my theme tune, ladies. Have you never heard that?
No. Now I feel like I'm not a big enough fan, Ashley. I'm going to be watching your channel all the time. How are you?
I'm very well. Hey, look, guys, this morning I woke up, right, and I thought, who's on the show today? Oh my goodness! And I'm so excited. So you'll have to put up with me today. So thank you so much for joining me. So I made a mistake, and the lady who was supposed to be on today couldn't make it, but you guys managed to jump in. But we've got some exciting things to say, haven't we? You've already been on the show before. Leanda, this is your first time. How lovely to see you. Thank you for joining us. At very short notice as well.
Yes, I've always got time for you, Ashley.
Oh, thank you. And in all my excitement, I haven't turned my microphone on. So watch this. So while I'm doing that, let's go around the room. So the way the room's set up, I got Jo next to me at the top. So Jo, I'm going to pick on you first. Tell everybody a little bit about yourself and what you do.
Hi everyone, I'm Jo. I've got two businesses. I've got Jo Wood Virtual FD, which is a bookkeeping and accountancy practice, which I run with my family. It's a virtual practice, and then I've got the Figure Bookkeeper, which I run with Zoe. I believe she's below. And me and Zoe, we run a community of nearly 7,000 bookkeepers and accountants in a free Facebook community over on Facebook, because it's a Facebook community. Yes.
7,000 is incredible. Do you know, I was telling somebody about this show on Monday, and it said 6.7K. And then when I checked this morning, it was 6.8K. It's just crackers, isn't it? Absolutely unbelievable. Zoe, we know what half of you do, but tell us a little bit more about yourself, please.
Oh, well, yeah, I'm Zoe. I work with Jo. I work at the Figure Bookkeeper. We host the Bookkeepers podcast. My role is supporting our bookkeepers, keeping them inspired and motivated and growing their practices. I'm a business coach. I'm an accountant by training. That's what I do.
Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Leanda, come on. Tell us all about who you are and what you do, please. And where are you as well?
So I'm Leanda. I'm down in Cornwall. I have Celtic Bookkeeping and Accountancy Services Limited. I've been doing this role for about 11 years. I am a very proud member of the Six Figure Bookkeeper Club. Without Jo and Zoe, I wouldn't be sat here now. And if I'm not working, you'll either find me in the sea or up a cliff climbing.
So. Action lady. Absolutely. Yes. Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for joining us. So we're here today because you've got one of your boot camps, haven't you, next week? And it's the third one that you've involved me in as well, which is lovely. So who's going to tell us a little bit about what the boot camp is? Because when I think of boot camps, I'm thinking of like what they do in the army or the Marines and stuff like that. So I think you've been picked to talk, Zoe. They're all pointing at you.
I can talk. Bookkeepers Bootcamp is our free week-long virtual event for bookkeepers and accountants who want to take their business to the next level. We have a week filled with amazing guest speakers who are going to come on and just motivate you, inspire you. You're going to hear from bookkeepers and accountants who are growing their own practices, doing amazing things like Leanda. Leanda, who's that side of me, has done amazing things in her business, and she's going to be talking to you about her journey. And I think, that is one of the biggest things, learning from other people who have done what you want to do. We will be talking to sales experts. We've got lots of mindset experts who are going to help you build your confidence and belief, because often going into sales conversations all sounds nice and easy, doesn't it? But sometimes you really need to work on yourself to get yourself there. And Jo and I are going to take you through our RISE framework, which is our 4-step framework for finding clients. So during that week, we're going to really build you up, give you the tools that you need to take your business forward. We'll also be talking about how we work with bookkeepers if you decide you want to work with us after that week.
Fantastic. Look, all the comments are coming in. I don't know if you can see the comments, but they're all coming in. They love the boot camp. I cannot believe the boot camp. I really cannot believe it. The energy that you've got. Everyone moans at me for being energetic, but Zoe, you knock me into a cocked hat. You really do. You're so energetic in those weeks. I don't know how I'd be falling at the hurdle by Wednesday, I think. If
we love it. We love it. You know, it's everyone showing up, and it's like you feel like you're part of something. Like there's just this amazing energy and belief that happens during that week. We see people sharing their wins. They're hitting setting goals at the beginning of the week. They're having breakthroughs. They're talking to us about what they're going to do next. Oh, I love it so much. It's such a brilliant event to be part of.
Do you get to Friday or Saturday morning or whatever it is when you finished and go, oh, it's all gone and I'm really upset?
It's a bit like when you get married and you have that huge build up and all the excitement at the end. You're like, oh, but then you remember, you get like the photos and more memories down, because what happens is bookkeepers come to us in the next weeks or months and they say, oh my goodness, this has happened. I implemented what you told me at boot camp, and this is what's happened. This is what I've achieved. And then you're constantly living actually and like seeing the results of what happens in boot camp. And I think at the end of boot camp, we feel a bit sad that it's over, but then, like I say, things happen and the momentum keeps going.
Well, knowing you two, you're probably planning the next one on the Saturday, aren't you?
There's definitely we should do that next time. Definitely, that comes up. Yeah.
That's crackers. Leanda, come on, you've been on a few boot camps. Tell us a little bit about, from your point of view, what the boot camp is.
When I first met Joe and Zoe, when they were doing their first boot camp back in 2020, and they'd initially set up the Six Figure Bookkeeper Club, I was self-employed. I'd had my business. I'd been doing it, 8-9 years. I was working non-stop. I wasn't quite providing the best service I could. I was constantly firefighting. I joined a free boot camp thinking that I would be able to maybe get some hints and tips, but I was a little bit weary because I'd done other coaching programs and it hadn't quite worked. Oh my God. This was, excuse my French, this was totally different. Like you say, the energy that Joe and Zoe give, what they share is immense. And what you gain from everybody else, just that whole group of people that come together, everybody shares the ups, everybody shares the downs. If you've got an issue, everybody will discuss it and run through it. There's none of our talks are ever an hour because we're all discussing things and everybody's chatting. It is a place that you can feel safe as well, which is really, really important, because when you're on this journey by yourself, it can be quite lonely. And doing that has totally turned my business around. I was ready to shut the door. I wasn't making money. I had lots of issues. I'm not going to go into too much detail because I want to share that during boot camp next week. My business was not profitable. I got rid of all my staff. It was down to just me and Stacey. Just about to increase to be a team of 9 again over the next few weeks.
Yay!
That is 99%
of that is due to the Six Figure Bookkeeper Club. Because without that, I wouldn't have gone away and done the stuff that I needed to do, and went back to basics and rebuilt the business. And without I've got an admin lady who is a organisation guru.
Wow, that is incredible, absolutely incredible. Well done. So I've got the timetable here. Where is it? So when are you on? I'm your warm-up act.
You're my warm-up act.
I'm the warm-up act on that one. That's really cool. My goodness.
I feel blessed and privileged to be on after you, Ashley. So.
Oh, bless you. That's really sweet. I still can't believe you keep asking me to come along, but I do a little bit of work with your ladies and gents on the third Thursday of every month, and we talk about sales and all that sort of stuff. I look forward to those sessions. And you know, having had 30 years sales experience, you just thought, oh, you can do this and you can do that. But seeing how some of your members are, so like, oh, what do we do? How do we do it? And you know, I've seen some great things happen. I'm not allowed to mention any names, but there's one lady I'm working with, and she's doing really well now. So I just love it. It's just brilliant, and it is all about the community.
Mm-hmm. It's all about the community. It's all about adding value and giving and sharing and coming together. And this is why we created the Six Figure Bookkeepers Club back in January 2020, is that me and Zoe were practitioners ourselves, had our own businesses, but we used to go to these like annual events and like get really built up by being with people and learning about software, learning about best practice, learning about, you know, goal setting and things. And then you'd go home and a couple of days later, you'd be on your own and think, oh, I haven't implemented that and I haven't done that. And oh, I've got no one to talk to. And you'd be really lonely. And we were like, you know, no one was using, I don't know, I think for years, bookkeeping profession has been underrated, undervalued, and no one was standing up and saying, come on, we're really cool, we're really great, we've got so much value to give, you know, we can stand side by side with accountants and we do a fantastic job. And me and Zoe put our neck out and said, come on, let's start a bit of a gang, a group, and let's have some conversations. But the one thing that me and Zoe make sure, and are really like, we chuck out people out of the group if they are at all condescending, or if they say anything, because there's loads of groups like that. Go and fill your boots somewhere else. Do not come into our group unless you're supportive and you want to share. And so we've created this culture where everyone bears all, shares all, helps each other. And that's why I think we're just growing and growing. And the results we're having is amazing because, you know, collaboration over competition every day of the week.
Beautifully put, absolutely beautifully put. But the other thing is you guys are sharing your stories as well. So you are totally believable. You're vulnerable. You're running real businesses, and so, you know, and you're not shy about sharing the mistakes that you've made in the past.
And that was what we needed. Like when we started our businesses, like it's really hard to find someone who can like mentor you through. Like if I met an accountant at a networking event, I was like, can I just talk to you about pricing? like, you know, it's like, why are we not open and sharing about this stuff? It doesn't have to be this massive secret. Let's help each other. And actually, if we help each other to believe in the value of what we do, we raise the bar for what bookkeeping is, like, because it's not a race to the bottom anymore. It's actually all of us saying to all of the business owners we work with, we are a valuable service provider. We can support you. We can help you grow your business. Then the business owners are like, oh, I need a good bookkeeper. And they start talking to other people about, have you got a good bookkeeper, like my great bookkeeper? And then they see our value. So it's all about that message and helping people with it. Because I think one of the biggest challenges is most people who start a business in this world haven't run a business before. Often you've come from employment where you are used to working and getting paid an hourly rate. So it's very difficult to see your business as a business in the beginning. And that's what we want to help people with. It's the business skills part of it and all the stuff that comes with that.
Yeah, absolutely. So having just set up my business, I know exactly what that's like. and that's the beauty, because then I see all kinds of conversations going, how would I do this? Oh, you do this, and loads of people then put their answers in, and you're like, oh, this is fantastic. And the thing is, it's all free, isn't it?
Yeah,
that's the thing.
Yeah.
Tell anybody listening, how do they join the Six Figure Bookkeeper group, Facebook group? What do you call it?
It's called the Six Figure Bookkeepers Club. If you go to sixfigurebookkeeper.club, it will take you straight to the group. It's a free Facebook group. Come and join us. There are a couple of questions, and you can find out all about bootcamp in that group as well.
Oh, that is fantastic. So Leanda, I'm guessing that you did the first boot camp, and you thought, oh my goodness, this is great. How long were you in the free bit before you decided to start getting all the extra things?
I think I signed up to the first ever success group course that was launched. So some people go in and they do the whole course right the way through. I dip in and out as I need it. But for me, being as part of that group, the support, the networking, gaining confidence, being on all the extra stuff that you get, like an office hour every morning, and every Monday, an accountability hour on a Friday, having chats with Jo and Zoe a couple of times a month on a Thursday evening, all of that other stuff that comes with it, and then being able to have that support afterwards is really good. Being able to work with a lot of the other girls in the group, we all subcontract work, employ people. My whole team has grown from people that have done that success course or been in the Six Figure Bookkeeper Club that we've built relationship with. Like Jo said, collaboration over competition. We all work together to support each other and build each other up. Male and female, it's a mixed environment. We look to all help each other. It is quite female orientated, but more men are coming in, and we're trying to bring them in. And I think as well, when we look at six figure, it doesn't have to be six figures of numbers. It can be whatever you want to be to achieve. Like for me, it's doing the school run every day with my kids. It's taking all the summer holidays and the school holidays off of my children. To do that, that's me achieving my six figure dream.
Yeah. Yep.
So it's so that everybody can kind of see, and we're all at different levels. Like obviously I learn a lot from Joe and Zoe. There's new starters that are coming in my business. We take on some of those new starters and help them gain the experience. When I qualified, there wasn't anything like this. No. You literally went out and run your business, and I knew how to do the bookkeeping, but to run the business side of it and grow it and be confident in doing that and having that support and somebody to ask that question to was missing. And I run my business firefighting for 8 years, and now I don't tend to work evenings. I've got the working hours sorted out. I've got the team members to help support me. I'm taking myself out of the day-to-day bookkeeping and focusing more on speaking to the clients and building that client relationship. And that it all comes down from working with a lot of the girls in the group.
And that's all in a couple of years since you signed up. That is incredible. I'm going to put that up again so we can all know when you're on, because we're all going to come and watch that one.
Wednesday's going to be a really good day as well, because
bless you.
we're doing the whole week is about sales, finding clients, building your confidence to do that. Ashley, you're coming on Wednesday morning talking about sales. Leanda's going to talk about her journey, what she's learned, sharing with people about that. Joe and I also teach in our RISE framework. We've got a special guest on Wednesday night, but also Joe's going to go inside her sales process at 7 p.m. GMT. There are lots of other times on the schedule because we seem to have bookkeepers and accountants and CPAs joining us from the States, from Australia, from Canada. So we wanted to make sure that people knew what the times were, where they are as well. But Wednesday is a very packed day. It's going to be amazing.
Fantastic. No, that is superb. Right. All rests on my shoulders to kick it off right, doesn't it? I've just had another comment in here from Laura Day Henderson. She is a big cheerleader. We love Laura, don't we? So the community is so collaborative and supportive. You really won't find a nicer, more caring or supportive back. Every single member has each other's back and cheers each other along. Yay, hey men. That absolutely is so true, Laura. They are wonderful, aren't they? So yeah, there you go. That's how much people love you. Yeah. Did I have some questions? We've just nattered, haven't we?
We have.
But I have done all the questions anyway, so that's fine. So let's talk about some of the speakers then, because you've got James Ashford there as well, and he's just awesome. So who else is coming along?
You might have heard, we've spoken to Pete Scott before on our podcast. He's a sales expert. He's going to come and talk to us about our sales confidence. He's going to run a bit of a masterclass for us. We're also talking to Chris James, who's an amazing sales guru. He's grown his Instagram account in a couple of months to 10,000 followers. Wow. So I'm a big fan of Chris. He's going to come on and talk to us about social selling. We've also got some brilliant mindset experts. Abby Rogers is a great friend of the Bookkeepers podcast. She's going to come on and talk to us about imposter syndrome, which I know we all get, to help us be more visible. We're also talking to Kim Searle, who's going to help us with building confidence, believing in ourselves, and Osman Sharif, who runs the Get Out Your Way podcast. He's going to be great at talking to us about how we sabotage our chances of success, and he's going to help us get out of our way. I think that's going to be amazing. But we've also got some of our brilliant bookkeepers and accountants joining us as well. So Leanda's here with us on Wednesday. Then we're speaking to Kim Soanes on Thursday. Kim's doing something cool in her business, building a passive income stream which I'm really excited to talk to her about. And we're also speaking to Steph Merrill, who's an accountant, and she joined us during our January boot camp, and she's going to talk about how she's growing her practice. I think hopefully I haven't misquoted her if I say that she is on target to double her turnover this year, this financial year. So I'm really excited to talk to Steph about how she's done that as well.
Wow. That is amazing. And I'm guessing when you turn around to somebody and say, would you come on my show? I bet they all go, yeah, of course, definitely I want to do it.
We do get a lot of, we've been in touch about the show, and when are we actually on? And we're super booked up. So we do, anyone who's waiting to get on the Bookkeepers podcast, we're just rammed. It's not personal.
No, that podcast is brilliant as well. We've got another as a comment, not a question. But if anyone's got any questions, please put them in the chat. We've gone over the 15 minutes. I hope you're all right for a couple more minutes, guys. Beautiful panel. It's great. We only learned through mistakes, and I would love to learn to open my business from this awesome panel. Yeah, absolutely. And that's the thing, right? Is since I've started my business, I don't mind making a mistake because I'm learning from it. And I think that's the thing. And the beauty of being in this group, that the six figure, is so many other people have made mistakes as well. So they'll turn around and go, don't do this, and then you're shortcutting everything. Leanda, does that ring true? You are nodding then.
Yeah, it does ring true. I've made lots of mistakes and I share them, and I'm open to say that I'm not perfect. My journey kind of went like this, but now it's like this, and then we'll have a little dip and it'll go back up. But also all the staff that I employ, whether it be subcontracting or employees, I always say to them as well, please don't be afraid to make a mistake, because that's how we teach you. That's how we renew that learning. That's how we look into the next stage and what it is you need to focus on. We're all going to make mistakes. Nobody's perfect. If they are, they're lying. So that's it. We go through life making mistakes. It's about how we react to them, the actions that we take, how we deal with them, and how we move forward.
When's your spot? Next Wednesday at 1,
Next
is it?
Wednesday at 1, yes.
Right, I'm going to have to put that in the diary.
There is, for those that are in our Success Lounge, there's access to a previous office hour where I opened up, where I was right at the start of this journey, and I had it. And in actual fact, as much as I've been there 2 years, the last 12 months, I've really grown. By the end of this year, I want to have 10 members of staff.
Wow. Oh, you're so nearly there, Leanda. This is amazing.
So... and for me, I've got people that come to me, and somebody commented on LinkedIn last week and said to me, you're an inspiration to me opening my business. Jo's my inspiration because I see what she's done and she's shared her story. So we all inspire each other in different ways.
Absolutely.
And that's what we're recognizing now, as we're 2 years into building the Six Figure Bookkeepers Club, and we've got our Success Lounge where our members come in and we have a course that we offer them, and that this accountability package that Leanda's talking about, lots of touch points with us. What's happening is that we're getting some people in this group that are naturally mentoring other people, and we're just getting the next load of like coaches and ambassadors and people that are going to be coming through, because they all then end up going in the larger group and just supporting other people. And why it's so important to do that is because we talk about like finding your niche and finding out where you're really good and the areas you're good at, but also it starts raising your belief in yourself when you start offering advice to other people and they're like, thank you so much, you're such an inspiration, I can't wait to be like you one day. Then all of a sudden the bookkeepers that are in our community are like, wow, I'm helping someone else, but they're just learning and modeling what we're doing. And this is why I think this momentum is just picking up, because we've got all these wonderful members that are all helping each other out, because me and Zoe couldn't run this group on our own because there's so many questions, and actually half the time me and Zoe don't know the answers, and that's what's amazing, because we don't know everything, and I learn so much from our members just as much as and I'm so happy to share. And I think that's where I've been really honest and open, and I let people, like we've just announced 7 p.m. on the Wednesday night of boot camp, I'm going to show you my sales process. I bet all, show everything, because people want to see behind the scenes. What does it actually look like? How are you doing? And, how are you a multi-six-figure bookkeeping practice? What does that look like? How do you sell to somebody? So, and I mean, as Zoe said, I overshare a lot of the time, but I think by me doing that means that other people do that, and it really is just so helpful.
Yeah, absolutely. It's leading by example, isn't it? And the collaboration, just incredible. I don't know if anyone's got any other questions, but I know you've all got to shoot. You've been absolutely delightful. So when I have my guests on this show, the last question I ask them is, when you were at primary school, what did you want to be when you left school? So I'll let you think about that one while I just let everybody know who I've got on next week. So bear with me when I find I got Daniel Scott on next week. So Daniel has launched this new app all about payments. So you can pay people for free, and it all links to a bookkeeping app as well. So it's absolutely incredible. Looking forward to having a chat with him. So who's going to answer my question first about primary school?
I wanted to be an astronaut.
An astronaut?
Did you?
Yeah.
Wow, that is really cool.
Yeah.
Dream big, Jo. I want to be a hairdresser. My auntie was a hairdresser. I was like, I want to be a hairdresser. I cut all my sister's hair off.
Oh no. Oh, we want to see a photo of that. Go on, Leanda. What did you want to do?
I wanted to join the army, but I ended up joining the navy and hunting for mines.
Oh.
So I thought I could remember you being in the forces somewhere. So tell me, which is harder, boot camp when you were in the navy or boot camp with Jo and Zoe?
I hated physical education when I was in the navy. I hated it. I used to fail my 1.5 miles. Now I go out and run 15 miles just for a laugh.
That is bizarre. That is bizarre.
But no, it's not hard at boot camp. It's taking it away and implementing the actions afterwards. That's the hard part. It's keeping yourself, when you're there, you're great because you're buzzing. It's taking it away and you get what you take away and implement. And that's where you get most of the benefit from.
Perfect. And what a lovely way to end the show today. Claire Johnson says, I love being part of the 6FB. Like Leanda, it has totally changed me and my business. I'm so excited for boot camp. Claire, that is a fantastic way to end the show. Ladies, thank you so much for coming today. You've made my day. I can't wait till next week, especially 1 o'clock on Wednesday. But thank you so much indeed for joining me today. Cheer, everybody, and we'll see you next week. Goodbye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.